Hey everybody, Tommy here, World at War Comics, and I have a good friend of mine, Hotep. He is the founder of Black Lion and Cubs, and man, he has a Kickstarter going on right now for a new animated series that you have got to check out. Yeah, this video I think is going to be super helpful. He is an amazing mind, thinks outside of the box, and I think he could be a lot of help for a lot of indie creators. All right, without further ado, here is Hotep and myself. Thanks, everybody. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to World at War Comics. My good friend, Mr. Hotep, back again to talk Black Lion and Cubs. Hotep, how are you doing, my friend? So good to see you again.
Man, my brother Thomas, it's good to see you. Good to be back. Good to be able to share this experience that I'm going through now when I'm going through my first, crowdfunding experience with Kickstarter. It's new to me, but it's been just really, it's really reinstated my confidence in humanity. You know what I'm saying? For so long, I've been doing things on my own simply because I just didn't believe that people would get behind my projects or out of a lack of patience. I didn't want to wait for other people to endorse me before I move forward my creative ideas and vision. But because I have Black Lion and Cubs and the response that I've gotten which has been so amazing, I've just decided that this is the project, this is the time that I should allow the general public to get off the sidelines to get in the game with me. And
I
that's what that
love it.
Kickstarter is all about. Yes, sir.
I love it, man. Well, real quick, man, let's talk a little bit about Black Lion and Cubs because what you're doing within the comic book industry is pretty unique, especially for someone like yourself that's just jumping in head first. I mean, not only is it graphic novels and stories that are amazing surrounding around family, but you did kind of mention a couple other things, right? You're doing video games, you're doing animation. I mean, that's pretty impressive when you talk about someone jumping in head first, man. I mean, a lot of us get into this hoping just to get a comic done, man. You got like different branches coming off that tree to be able to meet consumers where they're at, and I love it, my friend. Can you kind of talk about your thought process around that because it's pretty unique?
And so, although I'm new to the space of anime and graphic novels, I'm not new to the space of independent creativity. I've been an creative independent for a long time. I've been in the music industry back in the '90s. I started there. That's what this chain, see this chain around my neck. That's my first endeavor in becoming a creative entrepreneur. And that was in the mid '90s, and then from there got into music video, and then from there to producing documentaries and directing documentaries. From there, I wrote my first book in 2005, and then things just kind of just moved forward from there. So my point is, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, my brother. Um, and so it's that experience that really got me into the space of not just being a creative and being an entrepreneur, but being independent. My motto has always been independent doing major things and building an infrastructure where I can be independent, but do things on the level that what people would expect from major people. I don't make excuses for being independent or being black owned. I'm not one of those people that say, oh, I'm independent, so please forgive the poor quality, or I'm black owned, so please forgive. No, 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 don't forgive me. Hold me accountable. I'm a professional. And so I've been doing that for a long time. But as you know, I'm a father now. And fatherhood is what really, kind of spearheaded the idea that it would be good to create heroes that look like the people in my family, allow my children to see themselves as the heroes of their own story and powerful beings. And I chose anime because it's a popular, genre. It's a popular industry right now, and my kids love it. So, my kids tell me if they like it, I say, Daddy can do that too. And so that's what led to Black Lion and Cubs.
Well, I absolutely love it, man. I love the story. I love the passion behind it. And I love that it starts from a place of fatherhood. That is absolutely incredible, man. Nothing more important than that, my friend.
Man,
And
I love it, Thomas. I love being a father, man. It's just the most beautiful thing, man. And I'm glad I waited.
yeah. Oh, you have a hard time hiding it, Hotep. which I love, my friend. I love it, man. I love it. Well, let's check out the Kickstarter right now. There's 4 days to go. I've been blasting it everywhere. I'll blast it some more today. But anybody watching this, head over to Kickstarter right now. You got 4 days to jump in right now, and there's a lot that you could get your hands on when it comes to Black Lion and Cubs. Yeah, can you kind of tell us a little bit before we open up the Kickstarter, a little bit about the Kickstarter and the story that's kind of leading the Kickstarter?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I created Black Lion and Cubs selfishly as a father, just attempting to do something cool for my own children. And within that spirit, I tapped into. I basically struck gold, man. I didn't know what I was doing and what I was getting into, but I struck gold with that intention, creating a something in the space of anime that has black heroes, that has that's family friendly and also retro style. Puts me in a space where I'm very unique, very different from what a lot of other people are doing. And noticing that I've seen that as I put my graphic novels out there, my animation, and my video games out there, I've noticed that the general public has uh, basically, certified that idea that, man, Hotep, what you're doing is not only great, it's not only powerful, but it's important. Like we need to see stuff like this in the space of anime, especially for our children. And although I did it for my children, what I've noticed is that people can now see their own children, their own families represented in the stories that I create. And they've been looking for something, so many parents want to, share anime with their children, but a lot of it's too violent. A lot of it is, too sexualized, or, the language is not appropriate. So to have something that you don't have to cover your eyes and ears and explain stuff to your children just brings the whole family together and makes that experience something different. But saying all that, Black Lion and Cubs was created with a lot of testosterone, a lot of male energy.
Yeah.
And as I've shared it with with clients and customers all around the country and the world, actually, I noticed that a lot of my clientele is female. A good 50% is female, and they ask the questions, or even if they're not female, they have young girls, daughters in their families, and so they come to like somebody just bought a book today, just 5 minutes ago. Somebody purchased a book. He said,
Hey, I
"Which one
saw
has?"
it. I
Yeah,
saw
you
it.
saw it. And he was asking me which one has the girl in it, and I said, well, this one has has the most feminine energy in it because of the Queen Isis. But
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is, I didn't have a real central female figure, particularly a girl figure, until now, until the creation of Amazing Ariyah, who is our central young female figure that is not is a hero along with the two boy cubs. And so when I speak about Black Lion and Cubs now, it's not just um, a description of the two boys, but now also inclusive of the young female character. And then I have some other Cubs coming around as well. So as I move forward, Black Lion and Cubs is going to be similar to, if you will, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where Black Lion steps back, he plays the role of Splinter, and you have the Cubs, four Cubs, playing the role of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So Ariyah is the big central female figure that I'm introducing to the universe and to the public. And I decided to do so in a big, grandiose way with the creation of this animated short film that I'm doing. And that's what I'm raising the funds for.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it looks freaking awesome, man. Let's pull it up right now, my friend, and take a little bit closer look.
Can you hear me okay, by the way? Is there
Oh,
noise in
it's
the background?
perfect. No, it's
Okay.
perfect, Hotep. Yeah, your quality on your phone is excellent, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So here we go. Here is Araya right here, the animated short film. Again, 4 days to go. Everyone jump over there and make sure you back. Let's walk through a little bit. Here we go. Here's that proud papa with the Cubs right here, which is awesome. What a great picture, my friend.
Thank
This is
you.
what it's all about, man. Beautiful, man. So here we go. What I'll do is I'm gonna record this and I will add it later because the sound quality is gonna be terrible and it's gonna be choppy. You need to watch
Okay.
this though. This is a phenomenal trailer to everything that is happening over at Black Lion and Cubs.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
love it. But yeah, this new project, the Amazing Ariyah, is a perfect addition to the family that you are creating within this title, man. Let's talk. So, talk a little bit about your YouTube page because I think people could get a lot of understanding of your vision and what you're doing within this realm that you're creating. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit? And we'll make sure we
Yeah,
share the YouTube page below.
the YouTube page really, everything is really either on my website or on the Kickstarter page. I don't really direct people to YouTube simply because I don't own YouTube. You
Yeah.
understand? And that's not something that I just use it for marketing purposes. But in short, I have several different videos there um, showing the work that I've done, showing the animation, showing some of the video games, and also explaining the storyline behind the Ariyah origin story, as well as some of the other stories that I have to offer.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Ariyah, she is very important to me because, as I mentioned, there needs to be balance. There needs to be balance, and she is someone that I developed based off of my niece, and so my niece's name is Ariyah. So it's very personal to me, and it's personal to my two sons as well because they always love when Ariyah and their aunt and uncle comes over the house.
Yeah.
And so to be able to write a story that connects with them, and my family personally, but then also other people. Like when people see that story, I did a test of the Amazing Ariyah origin story, and so many people commented about the fact that they are cousins or they are nieces or nephews, and having an uncle play as a father, their uncle played as a father for them, was an instrumental person in their development, and to see that played out in this story again connects with all people, all races, all genders. And that's what I'm really grateful for because, again, I created this selfishly, but to know that it connects with people from all different walks of life is really just a phenomenal experience. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, yeah. Incredible, man. I love it, man. So obviously there's one more family member that will be added here very soon, I assume, right?
Yes. Well, you know what? The funny thing is, so I'm gonna say this to you because a lot of people don't know, but the fourth character is actually patterned after one of my eldest son's best friends,
Ah,
who is a white kid who he goes to school with, right? And again, when people talk about diversity or representation mattering, that goes both ways. It's not just black people being included in what white people create, but it's also the other way around. And so in my storyline, although it takes place in Nubia and it's centered around at black heroes, it's important for other people to see themselves reflected, whether female or other races.
yeah.
And so being sensitive to that fact, because again, a large percentage of my clientele is people of other races. Like, I, I wish I could share this picture with you. I just did a con a couple of weeks ago. This gentleman comes to my table. He has a long beard like yourself. He's wearing glasses. He has on his shirt it says Celtic Pride. So he's Irish. He's about that Celtic, culture. And
Yeah.
so I'm looking at the gentleman, and my bias kicks in. And he looks like he drove in on a Harley Davidson. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been surprised if he had a Confederate flags flying on his motorcycle. He came to my table. He's looking at my table, and again, although I do have bias like everyone else, I don't let my bias determine how I treat people. So I talked to him about the brand and share with him what it's about. And he said, "Oh, yo, hold up. I rocks with African culture too." He said, and he pulled up his shirt. He had the ankh on his shoulder, and he said, "Yeah, I got the African ankh on my shoulder." He said, so he bought everything on my table, and I said, "Look at this, man! It's my brother right here." And it's those kind of experiences, of course, connecting with people that look like me and are black like me. All that's great and important too, but there's something special about being able to connect with people that don't like you. You understand? And for us to see the common humanity, the common thread of humanity that we have, I stand by the principle as human beings, we're more alike than different. But it requires being strong and confident in your own culture to let that be seen. So here I am. You see me. There's no question that, that I'm black. I have no concern or question about my culture. Neither did he. He was very white with the Celtic flag and Celtic shirt. But we saw our common thread of humanity amongst each other. He invested in my project, and I was grateful to him, and I'm grateful to people even like yourself. Again, we're brothers, man. You understand? And that
100%.
I think is a great example for the world to see, particularly in a time here in America where we're so divided on so many different fronts, man. It doesn't have to be that way if people would just allow themselves to be authentic and genuine. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about, my brother.
No, I could not agree with you more. Nothing to add. Perfectly stated as always, Hotep. I will say, man, I've had the pleasure of being on calls with you and the rest of the team over at Black Lion and Cubs, and what you're saying, you live. And I could that's a stamp right there, man. I guarantee when you meet Hotep, everything you just said right now is very true, man. It's awesome. And the reality is, man, I connect on you. I connect with you personally on so many levels, but fatherhood is right at the top, my friend. You got two amazing young boys. I got four children that are a little bit older, but man, that love that we have for our family, it's the same, man. And
That's right.
we would do anything for them. And that's why I said anybody that is raising young children, man, this is an amazing title to get in your hands. A lot of amazing lessons that are being taught. You'll learn a lot about culture that you might not be familiar with, which I think is extremely important. Especially if you could get it at a young age, man, that really, like, bias will never go away, I don't think, because that's our nature as humans, I think. But
Correct.
man, you get this kind of education in there at a young age, man. It really helps with that as you get older, man, because you've entered into it at such a young age, it becomes normal, man. So you don't have these kind of thoughts. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I've always been
Thank you, my
super
brother.
happy to know you. And man, can you tell us real quickly, where can people go to your website, Hotep, so that they could see all the different things that you're doing? That would be amazing.
Yeah, so I like to direct everyone to blacklionandcubs.com. I try to keep things simple. So blacklionandcubs.com is my website. You could also go to the IG. That's at Black Lion and Cubs. If you're on TikTok, it's at Black Lion and Cubs. You see, I'm not just a creative, I'm a businessman too. And one of the important things that all creatives need to understand is the power of branding,
Yeah.
right? And so when it comes to branding, consistency is important. And so I've been able to, you know, be consistent in the branding of my IG, my TikTok, my website, and then even thinking about all the projects that I've done. Right, I didn't consider Black Lion and Cubs as an anime or even a manga series. It's a brand. I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, it's an anime. It's a family-friendly retro style anime brand, which consists of multiple IP. So that's the reason why I have so many different types of products is because I didn't think of it in one lane. And so that's the reason why I have graphic novels, I have video games, I have animation, I have pins, I have t-shirts. Hold on, you see the t-shirt I'm rocking right now? Can you see
Oh,
that
that
right
is
there?
awesome. I'm gonna have to get me one of those, Hotep.
I got the back too. Yeah. Oh, yo, listen, your boy, wait till you see these, man. I got the long sleeve shirt. I'm about to crush them. So again, thinking outside of the box is really taking me to a whole nother level. And part of the reason why I wanted to create the Kickstarter to allow people that really rock with me to get off the sidelines and get in the game with me. You see,
Yeah.
it's one thing for people to experience what I do from the sidelines and click a like or view something, but now we're at a point where I'm building an ecosystem of of fans, of supporters, of soldiers. That's what I like to call it, of soldiers. I'm building an army of soldiers that are ready to go to war for something like this that I believe and they believe is very important for the world to see.
Yeah.
And so again, I'm grateful to you for helping me with that. You okay? Yeah.
That's incredible, man. Incredible, Hotep, man. We need to blast this out everywhere. 4 days to go, man. Everybody jump in. Let's make this help make it a reality. Obviously you hit your goal, but we all know, man, what you're asking for does not cover the cost of what you're doing. So anything we could do above and beyond, that's just the reality of it. We need to push it as much as possible. And I think we need more
And,
stuff like this for our kids.
and if you don't mind, I did meet the financial goal. So as you see, I'm creating an animated short film. The truth of the matter is, I'm not here to raise the money. The money is nothing to me because I've already finished the project. The project's 90% done, um, and that's the small part of it. The financial contribution is really just a demonstration for people to say, Hotep, I'm one of those people that wants to be a part of the army. It's to separate the quarters from the pennies. You see what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 90 pennies.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Social media is a whole lot of pennies, right? But I attract a certain quality of person, not just the quantity. And the quality of people is really what I'm concerned with right now at this point. So although I've met the financial goal, that's secondary. First and foremost to me is people, right? Your network is your net worth. People are the greatest asset I could ever have, more valuable than any amount of money. And so my goal actually is 100 backers, not $1,000, but 100 backers. So I set the goal very low just so I could make sure Kickstarter delivers on that point. But I'm really interested in getting 100 backers behind my project. So at any level, it doesn't matter to me. You can join, give a dollar, whatever the minimum is, $25, $60. I have now, to be clear, I have some great rewards for people that want to get off that sideline and join me. Like I have some great, the graphic novels, collector, collector pins. I even have a commemorative coin. Here's one in my pocket right now.
Thanks,
How many people can offer that, right? And then the gift box. If you haven't seen, when you go to the Kickstarter, you see the gift box. That gift box is amazing. And so, for those that invest in me, I want to return the favor. And so, again, the Kickstarter is about getting 100 backers and
yeah.
developing that ecosystem. Because as the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. I want to go far, not just fast.
I love it, man. I love it, Hotep. Incredible, my friend. As always, man, you're like a prophet, my friend, every time I listen to you, bro. I love it, man. Anything we're leaving out, Hotep, man? I know you're like in the middle. You're at a vegan. This is what I love about you, man. I don't think out of the box as much as I should, man. When I talk to you, I realize, dude, you gotta stop doing what everyone else is doing and start to think about other ways that you could get your message out there, where you're not competing with everybody trying to do the exact same thing. So I love it. So share with people where you're at right now because I think this is gonna be very helpful for people.
Yeah, so I'm at a vegan social event. There's a lot of, the whole idea is positioning. For our fellow creators out there right now, positioning is important as an entrepreneur, as an independent creative entrepreneur, and you want to position yourself so differently from most people. If you position yourself at all the cons all day, then you're just dime a dozen, right? If I have a comic, you have a comic, and everybody in the same place that I'm at has a comic, but then you have to compete with everybody that's selling the same type of product. And so typically in that kind of space, you have to lower your prices and that's not the way I want to do business. Ultimately, I'd rather, instead of being the dime a dozen, I'd rather be the diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
Meaning I'd like to be in a place where I'm the only one. I'm one of one, as they say. And so at this vegan social, well, you have a lot of people that are about, healthy eating, healthy living, and things of that nature. But, the majority of these people also are parents,
Yeah.
right? They have children, they have families, and a lot of these people enjoy anime and read books and so on and so forth. So why not present a product to this group of people?
Yeah.
And in this space, again, diamond in the rough. So now my product is unique, it's different, it's specialized, and I don't have to go down on my price. I don't have to sell myself short because I'm special. I'm that diamond, not the dime. See?
I love it. I love it. And I saw you right in the middle of a sale when I first called you. So 100% agree with that, man. Like I said, you can learn a lot. If you're not following Hotep on IG or TikTok, man, you always have great conversations and you can learn a lot from you, my friend. All that
Maybe that's
experience leading up to this, Hotep, you've been a big help to me
Thank
too.
you, my brother. That's that OG wisdom, man. And by the way, for people that like the way I think and the way I operate as a businessman, one of the upper levels, the rewards from upper levels is the indie creative masterclass. I
Yes.
created a course
Yeah.
for indie creatives to help them do more, do it faster, and to get it done at a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
And I'm a master of that. My whole career has been built on that. You know, it's not about resources because the lack of resources can help you become more resourceful if you learn how to make a way. And that's my mentality. The lack of resources forces us to become more resourceful. I've mastered that. I've created a method for doing so. And that's the reason why I've created so much in such a short period of time. So again, Thomas, thank you for the opportunity to share to your audience. I'm very excited about this Kickstarter. Anybody, please, that you're listening, I have a few more days. Please contribute, be a part of my army, and let's go to war and fight the good fight.
I love it, Hotep. We'll have all the links below for everything, including everything you just shared. We'll make it super easy for everybody to get over there and support. And yeah, Hotep, as always, my friend, always enjoy our conversations. You're always welcome. And until next time, man, I hope you have a blessed night.
Same to you, my brother. Peace.
Take it easy, Hotep.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.